Hello, and welcome to the video presentation of our Specialization project done in collaboration with Patriotisk Selskab. This video and project was developed by David Alves and Telita Marinovska. During the video, you will be presented with an introduction to the project, which will explain the main concepts about the domain and get a demonstration on how to navigate through the applications developed. Patriotisk Selskab is a company located in Odense that specializes in agriculture business. In order to innovate their working process of planning, collecting, and presenting data, they came up with a potential project for our class. One of the main issues the company faced was related to not keeping a good and structured record of previously acquired data. Another reason as to why they came up with this project was that after the observations done on the field, they would have to go to the office to register all the notes taken, which is why they proposed the creation of a mobile app that would allow notes to be instantly registered on the spot. In order to provide a better understanding of both the web and mobile applications, you'll be now introduced to the main characteristics of the domain regarding fields division and properties. First of all, you need to understand that the biggest section of land will be the field, which itself will be divided into field blocks. Each field block will be assigned an identifier and size. All the field blocks will be composed by smaller portions named subblocks. On a subblock level, you'll have the ability to input information similar to the field block. The difference now will be that the subdivision of this type will be done in several trial groups. Each trial group consists of an identifier, a common crop type, and various treatments. These will contain several stages, and on each stage, you'll have different chemicals that need to be applied to that specific crop. The chemicals can either have a fixed dosage or be logarithmic, which means that the same chemical will be applied with different dosages throughout the trial group.
Now that you know your way around the domain, we will continue by demonstrating our web platform. For that, we will start with the administrative side of the application, where you can plan an entire year's record. The first glance you'll get after you enter the application will be the list of the several registered years, as well as a search functionality that can be used to fastly navigate through the several levels. When at this view, you can press any of the years to get access to the collection of field blocks that a year contains. In this next view, you'll be able to see a visual representation of how the subblocks are distributed among each of the field blocks. Once you press one of the field blocks, you will now be directed to a page containing more specific information about the field block, such as its identifier, size, and perhaps even a comment. On the right side of this page, you will again be able to see the placement of the subblocks with the difference that they now will be clickable. By clicking on any of the subblocks, the detailed specifications of it will be presented, as well as an horizontal list with all the trial groups belonging to this subblock. Once again, on the right side, you'll be able to get information about all the trial groups' identifier, crop type, and the logarithmical chemical that is being applied to it, along with its dosages. Going into one of the trial groups, you'll be presented on the left side with detailed information about all the stages, including their chemical names, dosages, and units. Perhaps you have noticed the small green button close to the page label. This is to enable the user to edit any information they choose to. To demonstrate this, we'll firstly go back to the initial page, where clicking this button will add an additional cell with a plus button before the years, which when pressed, will take you to a page where you'll be able to add field blocks. After creating a field block, you'll be able to drag and resize a rectangle, which represents a subblock. Whenever you're happy with its size and position, you can find a button in the middle that will bring you to the creation of that subblock. Inside this subblock, there's the possibility of creating new trial groups, which then will enable you to add as many treatments and chemicals as you desire.
Now moving on to the client side, let's open the main page. Here you have access to a search functionality that will show all the chemicals that have been tested on the parameters you searched for. At the bottom, you have a list with the top rated results for each of the trial types categories. After you have made a search and selected one of the displayed chemicals, you'll be sent to the trial group page where that chemical was tested. On the trial group page, you'll get information regarding its treatments and chemicals, as well which logarithmic chemical was used, and even some graphics displaying statistics from the harvested results. At the bottom, you'll get a list of similar trial groups, based on the same chemical and trial type.
Now, moving forward to the mobile application. The approach used for navigating the mobile application is very similar to the web, with just some repositioning of elements adapted for the screen size. Therefore, no additional explanation is needed, so we will quickly demonstrate the functionalities of the application through a fast-paced demo. Thank you for watching this video and hope you enjoy the project.